son. Where'd you find this?
He has been told he doesn't belong in the industry. He has been told that he doesn't have the knowledge of the podcasting community. But pound for pound, this guy is a heavy hitter. This is the Drew Billy Show. And without further ado, your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Drew Billy.
So how are we doing again, fellas? Welcome back to the Drew Billy Show. It's been an absolute fucking disaster, but we're here. Eric, hope you're doing well for the third time. Josh, I hope you're doing well for the third time as well.
We are so back.
Wait, what?
I said we are so back, baby.
Oh, I know. I thought it was fucking up again. That's why I kind of had a little shit fit. So anyways, what we were talking about with the Buffalo Bills and Damar Hamlin getting released, big deal. He got released, I believe, on Tuesday from the Buffalo General Medical Center. So they bring him to the game on Sunday. What's the final score there, Eric?
I mean, if he comes out to the game, maybe he does the coin toss or something. I don't know. You got to go 48-7. I think it's just an absolute just an absolute bloodbath. I mean, I can't see Miami scoring. I mean, I don't know how they, third string quarterback. You're playing in Buffalo. You're from Miami. I mean, you're not built for the snow. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But I like Buffalo big.
Right. And if you got two glove Teddy out there, like we touched on, I and we'll get into that further down the road. But Josh, what do you think the final score is going to be?
I'm going to say it's going to be a humble 35-7. I think the Bills are going to run it up in the first half and then just kind of take it easy in the second half. But the real question is, do they take another kickoff back? What's the betting odds on that one? Because I'll be willing to throw some coin on that shit.
Right. It was. And I don't know if I know there's some people out there that might have saw it. I don't know if you guys did, but Josh Allen's post-game press conference, he's teary-eyed because one of the guys on the Bills staff there told him it's been 3 years and 3 months since their last kickoff return for a touchdown. So I mean that's some fucking weird voodoo shit.
You just can't make that shit up.
I don't think that's voodoo, man. I think God's real. I think that's just him, just reminding everybody he's still here and Damar's still alive. So I'll tell you what, though, Nyheim Hines was a pickup for them because nobody else was doing that for them.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a wild situation, and there's the man upstairs controlling a little bit down here. That's for sure. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah,
it's just a friendly reminder, man.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, it's just what that guy's been through, and now he's walking and shit. It's wild to me. But Eric, switching over to what's going on with your Raiders over there. A lot of people attacked me. You're a god in some people's eyes, a mentor, someone they look up to. So when I talked shit on them or talked shit on you, they attacked me. You
gotta watch your tongue when you're talking mean to me,
I mean, fuck.
No, man, it comes with the territory. I learned a long time ago that if I'm gonna dish it out, I gotta be able to take it.
Right.
And I like to dish it out once in a while. So,
really, just once in a while?
He puffs his chest out. What the?
Once in a while. I don't like to take on the chin too often, but
right.
I have to. Once in a while. And the Raiders are the team, the Raiders, and I guess all my sports teams are struggling right now, so it's a tough year, but we'll be all right. They're gonna win 10 games next year and be a wild card team, so I'm not too worried about it.
Okay. I don't know about that. But anyways, we'll touch on so what we're doing this week, Eric, behind your back. Me and Josh are coming up with situational things that could happen with the Raiders. I said Aaron Rodgers goes to them after this offseason. What is your feeling on that?
I mean, I think it's a possibility. I think it's more likely that Tom Brady goes there,
right?
With Josh McDaniels staying. We talked briefly before we were interrupted by technology about Gronk potentially coming out of retirement. But I don't know. I think it would be a good play for the Raiders for a year, max 2 years. Bring in a young quarterback, draft a young quarterback, have him sit behind Brady for a year or two, and then throw him in. I think it's a good situation. The Raiders have a ton of weapons on offense. Their issue is defense. I mean, let's be honest. They can't stop anyone. Can't stop a freaking running nose. So we'll see what happens on that side of the ball. But as far as quarterbacks go, I like the idea of it for sure.
Right. Josh, what's your standpoint on that?
I like Rodgers. Like I said, I think the second or third time we try to do this, but I like Rodgers. I do like Rodgers, but I also like okay. So bringing in Rodgers and having him attempt to mentor somebody. I know he didn't have the best mentorship when he was in Green Bay with Favre, but I like them bringing in Rodgers they might get more than 2 years out of him. He's a little bit younger. Attaboy. He's a little bit younger than Brady. He's a little more mobile. I think it helps him too. And I think, in my opinion, you draft CJ Stroud with the seventh pick. You let him learn a little bit. You don't throw him right into the fire. Not that I don't think he'd be successful if you throw him right to the fire, but listen, man, that O-line is just a dumpster fire. Sorry, Eric. I think you guys really are when it comes to pass blocking. When it comes to pass blocking, easy. Yeah, a little bit. But so I think you let Aaron start his career as a gambling addict in Vegas, and then bring in CJ Stroud and let him run the team.
Right. Well, I'm not going to lie, Eric. I do believe the Raiders have not always been the greatest with their draft picks. We'll see what comes out of it. But moving on to other things here.
I'll tell you what, they found Max Crosby somehow. They found him out of Eastern Michigan. I'll give him credit for that, but everything else that led up to Max Crosby has been
all the first round picks. All the first round picks have been horrendous.
Right.
Max Crosby was a diamond in the rough in the fifth round.
You mean Jamarcus Russell? Jamarcus Russell wasn't a good pick?
That set the franchise back a couple years.
How about a couple decades?
Let's
not get into it. Would you see the next topic?
Okay, so the next topic we got here is
shit.
I think this guy that his whole career he was on shit teams. Hell of a player, Hall of Famer in my eyes. JJ Watt retiring this past week. I don't know if you guys got to watch his farewell video. I got fucking teary-eyed. I'm not gonna lie. I cried like a little bitch.
That had me tripping. Dude, anyone that knows me knows that I am probably the least emotional person like ever.
Right.
Like I just don't get emotional, right?
Right.
And I was watching that video on my phone, and it almost got me. I was on the brink. I was on the brink, and it's so cool to watch. So, man, like these guys, from the time they're God knows how young, all the way through until now, have just been one thing, and that one thing only is football or whatever sport. And to reach the mountaintop, essentially, I mean, he's up there at the best of the best, and had a great career and everything like that. To go out and be healthy enough, I guess, but. Get to see your family watch you play your last game and all that. That's a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, no. And, seeing TJ Watt, I don't know why seeing TJ and Derek on there as two brothers, that's, I don't know. It just fucking pulled my heartstrings a little too much. And I was crying like a little bitch in my car as the old lady was getting her groceries. And she's like, what the fuck's wrong with this gentleman in his car? He's just balling. But but it is what it is. Okay, so next thing here. So swinging over to one of the Grudens, Eric. We're not talking about John here. Jay Gruden completely has been talking shit on the Washington Commanders organization. He's saying no coach should want to go coach there. Would you agree with that, or what do you?
Go ahead, Josh.
Listen, man. If I'm I'm an NFL coach that's not, or that's like a coordinator or a coach that, maybe like a Sean Payton kind of guy, you have to give me the key to fucking DC and $1 billion for me to want to coach that franchise. They're just fucking awful, dude. And it starts from the top down. Like, you got some talent on the field. Like, you got talent. You got some guys that can play a little bit. But listen, if I could only deal with the players, I'd be happy. But if you got to deal with that fucking front office and that fucking staff, you can just no. I'm out. I'll retire on the spot.
Jesus Christ! All right, Eric. I guess. Say
it with your chest, Josh.
Fuck.
No, I mean,
saying, man, keep me out of that shit.
They need the whole thing to end before a coach wants to go there. You know what I mean? Like, Schneider's got to get out of there. They got to sell the team. They got to essentially rebrand themselves because, they're one of the worst franchises in all of sports, not just football. They've had a lot of shit going on the last couple of years and just a bad look right now. So, and on top of that, like, how much talent do they have? Like, they got, a little bit, but are they going to get a coach and instantly be one of the better teams? Probably not. You know what I mean? So I think there's more appealing teams out there for some of those coaches like Sean Payton. So I don't really see any big name coach really wanting to go there. Maybe like a rookie head coach or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, for all the bullshit that happened in the front office and on the field, Taylor Heineke balled. I love that man. He is a straight gangster. Taylor Heineke, my fantasy quarterback next year.
You ain't gonna be winning much now.
Oh, Josh,
hey, man,
I don't
know. Beat your ass to get to the championship this year. That's all.
Hey, I got hit by the injury bug. You got lucky.
Oh yeah. Listen, I got hit by the DeMar Hamlin bug in the championship, or else I would have won that one.
Debatable.
What do you mean debatable?
Debatable.
Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, and Dawson Knox.
For the Sean Payton.
What?
Go ahead.
Somebody cut out.
You cut out a little bit, but I mean, what? Yeah. So what's going on with your fantasy league? I want to hear more about this here. This seems like some good drama.
Hey, go ahead, Kamish. Go ahead, Kamish. You can go. Then all your disgruntled employees are going to say some shit.
Josh and I played in the semifinals.
Okay.
And I got smacked by the injury bug. I had to sit like 3 of my starters. And long story short,
don't forget to tell them it was a 2-week playoff. We all thought it was going to be.
It was a 2-week playoff. I beat him the first week, and then he beat me by more points the second week, so he ended up beating me. And then obviously with the championship situation with DeMar Hamlin, it kind of screwed a couple things up. But that's here nor there. I'm on to next year. So
I see the fire. I see the fucking fire happening right in front of my eyes. Okay, he's pissed. The competitiveness never leaves this man. I'm telling you. Okay, next thing here. Jesus Christ. I just want to touch on something. Okay, here, people that watch the episode, if you have not watched the previous episode with all 3 of us on here, you need to go back. Eric, there has been a lot of comments. I know the millions of viewers out there have loved it. That don't know you personally. Is he literally? Was that just a made up story? That was not a made up story.
No, I wish it was.
Yeah, correct.
I wish it was.
Listen, listen. For years, Eric's mom took a picture of him hula hooping next to that girl, and it was on his fridge. I can confirm there used to be a picture on his refrigerator of this man locked into the ground, shaking his freaking hips.
Oh yeah.
Hey, let me get that. Let me get that picture. Hold on. Let me text moms.
Oh, we're gonna get. Oh, okay.
We're gonna get a live.
It might be still on the fridge. It might be still on the fridge.
It's downstairs. It's downstairs.
Holy shit! A lot of people
downstairs now, or what?
People just.
No, I wish that story was fake. I mean, I am fully aware that I have something wrong with me. Like there's, I'm not here to deny it. I know I do. You know what I mean?
Shit.
And that's the first step. That's the first step in the right direction.
Hey, what do you want? A 12-step program?
I might need 15.
Holy shit. Holy hell. But, all right.
Woo.
Well, you get that. All right. So there has to be concern from both of you, all three of us being athletes. Okay. I know we've touched on previous that, when we're injured, we want to come back and it's just in our blood that we want to compete. But for God's sakes, can we please talk about Tua situation there in Miami? For fuck's sake, is he done or is he coming back next year?
Josh, go ahead and lead us off.
All right. Well, being the guy that hasn't played in 3 years, because of surgeries, I hope he comes back. I hope he's resilient and say, you know what, I'm going to come back. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. But I mean, you got to do something with some sort of helmet or something. Something's got to change with that man. Maybe he just falls under the Brady rule and doesn't get touched anymore. I don't know. But point being is, like, I think he can. I think he should come back. He's a young talent. He's very good at what he does. He's very good at his craft. Clearly, Miami needs him to win football games, especially with the way their offense is set up with the RPO and the quick reads, because Skylar Thompson can't do it, and Teddy Two Gloves is, God rest his soul. But I just think I really would like to see Tua back with the Dolphins. I really like to see him come back and play. I would.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation, right? Like, a head injury, a brain injury is different than any other injury, to me, at least. Yeah. You're messing 100%. With your, all of it's messing with your future to a certain extent, but like the brain is something that is not to be messed with. And I know we talked about it on whether it was last episode or previous episodes. I don't think it's possible to make a helmet or something on your head to prevent concussions, because it's like they've tried it. They've tried a million things at this point. They tried different helmets and everything, different face masks, different whatever. But how a concussion happens and what happens like inside your head, I just don't think it's possible to really prevent them. You never want to see an athlete or whatever, a quarterback, anybody really, but hang it up. But at some point, I don't know how much money he has at this point. I'm sure he has enough.
He was the 5th overall pick. That dude got paid.
Right. And, for him to maybe go into coaching or something along those lines, I don't think it's a bad idea. But like you said in the beginning, as athletes, you never want to give up. You never want to say, okay, that was it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You don't.
And Tua was what? 23, 24 years old, man. Like,
yeah.
He's got his whole life ahead of him, and I'm sure he thought going into the NFL he's going to have a long career. Granted, he had the history of injuries at Alabama, but none of those were head injuries. There was no head trauma there. The fact that you have 2 concussions in one season, let alone like 4 or 5 weeks apart, and that cost you time, like, I know every doctor and every medical neurologist is going to tell him to quit, but I don't see Tua doing it. I really don't. I see him coming back. I see it might happen again to where he's forced to quit, like Troy Aikman, who had all those concussions back in the day with Dallas. I just hope he doesn't. I really don't. I'd like to see Tua out there.
What do you think, Mr. Billy? You think he hangs it up?
I'm going to be honest with you. The DeMar Hamlin thing has been, in my mind since that happened. That's probably that I've seen on TV, probably the word with the situation. I remember at a track meet, a guy was doing the long jump and his fucking whole knee gave out. And that was probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in person. But when I saw Tua's fucking hands doing this shit, both of you guys, that was a little concern. And then the other one with him falling the fuck down. No. And then the other one just happened here. I don't know. I think we need to really, I'm going to be honest. I think it's going to come out that the Dolphins, there was some shady shit that happened right there.
For sure.
I'm going to be honest. And Eric, I know you worked for him, but I mean, there's some shady fucking shit. I don't trust that coach. He's a squirrely little fucker. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's
hilarious, though, bro. He's hilarious.
He's like that weird nerd that's in your class that you try to get the notes from because you didn't pay attention. That's who he reminds me of.
I never did.
What did you just say?
I said
I never did anything like that.
But no. So the other things I want to touch on here, there's all these situational things that they think is going to happen in the off season. So biggest one that I see here, fellas, is John Harbaugh going to Denver as the head coach. Would you see that happening?
I mean, at this point, he's made the college football playoffs twice.
Right.
They just
got fucking.
They're not quite there. They're good.
Times.
They are a very good program.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're not there yet. They're not on that level of Georgia, Alabama, those type of teams.
There's not too many other people that are on that level.
No, but I mean, my point is what's he gonna do? Like, I feel like he's kind of peaked. He's at a point where, like, I think he could be there for 20 years and they're not going to win a national championship. Like, they might make the college football playoff a few times. A lot of times, most times, Ohio State's better than them. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of treading water right now. And I'm sure he's always wanted to go back to the NFL. So if he gets that opportunity, Denver's in a tough spot with Russ, but they have a Super Bowl caliber defense already in place. They need to figure out how to score 20 points a game, and they'll win 11 games. But we'll see what happens. I could definitely see him moving somewhere to the NFL.
Okay. Josh?
I'll tell you what, Denver needs an offensive-minded staff. Whoever they had there before was not I don't even remember his name. Clearly, he didn't make that much of a splash. But they need an offensive-minded staff. They need an offensive-minded head coach. Sean Payton coming out of the woodworks. Book it right now.
God, I hope not.
Because then that Denver team is really good.
The further down in the script here, but we can touch on it now. So Sean Payton was going to be looking at also with the Cardinals and the Texans. Now, I don't know. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not a fan of Sean Payton. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Eric, you and Josh, you might not agree with it as well. He lost a lot of respect for me when he had the headhunting shit going on. I don't like the fucker. I don't like him. I don't like him. So
I'm going to be honest, though. I'm going to say this, Drew.
If he comes back to the NFL, that's.
I don't know for a fact. There's got to be he's not the only one doing that.
Right.
He's not the only.
He just got caught.
Exactly. He just got caught. It's your typical weekend in the NFL. Fuck. But
right.
Whether he did that or not, which it came out he did. There's got to be other, whether it's head coaches or not. There's other people that are saying yo, listen, you go fuck up TB, I'll give you an extra $20K. I'm just saying,
yeah,
you let it hit on something. What's going on. Even an agent, I'm sure an agent's listen, man, you get 10 tackles and you lay the hit stick on somebody, there's an extra bonus in there's an extra envelope in the mailbox.
Right.
But he just got caught. That's it.
I definitely got a side on Josh's side. I think he's a phenomenal, offensive-minded guy. And I do think that happens. I think there's probably a lot of shady shit that goes on in every league, not just the NFL. Right. But I think he's one of few coaches that are available that can make a team go from good to great or great to excellent or whatever you want to say. I think he's the best available coach. I think him going to the Texans would be a complete waste.
Yeah.
I mean, him going to the Cardinals, a different story. They got some pieces,
right.
But realistically,
they got a quarterback that plays Call of Duty instead of watching film.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest, I know it's not going to happen because the Raiders aren't getting rid of Josh McDaniels, but that would be the dream coach for the Raiders, in my opinion. I think that offense would just flourish. They'd be so good.
Right. No. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be in the NFL. I don't know what team though, but I think he'll be in the league.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he still has one more year under contract with the Saints, so somebody would have to trade to get him, I believe.
Well, people have already asked about his rights, about buying his contract.
Yeah, you're gonna have to trade a draft pick or something to get him.
Yeah, I don't remember which team it was, but so Jeff Saturday still has the interim term next to his name, right?
Right.
He's out of there.
I don't think he's going to be there. So, he won one game and everyone thought he was a hero. But
guess we'd be.
Yeah, shit, you're right. Sorry, but I think also another landing spot for Sean Payton could potentially be the Indianapolis Colts because he's got a solid defense,
Right.
a decent defense. Sorry, and he's got weapons on offense. Once again, they're just a quarterback away, but they're not, hopefully they don't pay 38-year-old or 39-year-old Matt Ryan $58 billion this year to see if he comes back and plays.
All right. I hate to interrupt, boys, but we have the picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Going back.
Listen, everybody, listen. Here we go. This is fucking. Lisa just went to the Smithsonian and pulled this shit out.
Going back to the conversation of me going against this girl. The girl's not in the picture, but this is indeed me with the Hollister shorts on. If you guys can't tell.
You let it clear.
There he is. There he is. Holy
wait.
shit.
Is this how you do it?
These hips don't lie, baby.
Hey.
Second place.
I hate to say this, but I think I had the same pair of swim trunks.
I think so.
I think
those
I
were
did.
hand-me-downs from you.
They might have been because my hand-me-downs are like, I don't know, what was I? Fucking, how old are you there?
I don't even know. Too old to be hula hooping against a 5-year-old. I know that.
Eric, Jesus, you could have been 7 and too old to get hula hooping against a 5-year-old. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to win.
But I'll tell you what, those probably were hand-me-downs, and Eric was probably like a freshman then, and he was wearing my clothes that I got 3 years prior.
But no, that's just a fucking something, Eric. No, I believe the story. There was just people out there that there's just no fucking deep to be true, and I'm like, no, it's the fucking truth, and we have photo evidence that this actually did fucking happen, right?
But I'll tell you what though, did you see that focus? He was like, look at the ground, don't look at anything else.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that, stare at that crack, and just focus on moving your hips.
Yeah. That was Game 7 of the NBA Finals focus right there.
Holy
I was
fuck.
ready to go.
Was that the LeBron stare? Was that the LeBron?
Yeah. I was just
Carr
fucking
look?
locked in. I was ready to rock.
Oh Lord! All right, next topic.
So, yeah. Next topic. So a lot of free agents coming out here, fellas. Most of these teams that these players are on are, not in the playoffs, so they're probably looking for their new home. Some are, still in the playoffs, but so the one that's most interesting is Geno Smith. Does he stay with Seattle or is he going to a different team?
Dude, I think he's
33 years old.
Huh?
He's 32, so that I think also plays a factor.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's earned the right to be Seattle's quarterback another year. You know what I mean? Like, he played so. I mean, he broke the record. He broke Russ's record, and he was there for 1 year. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's gonna get. They'll give him something. I don't know if it's gonna be the numbers that he wants. I mean, he's an average quarterback. Like, that's what he is. You know what I mean? And the average quarterbacks in the NFL are still making $20 million a year. Like, they're still making ridiculous money. Right. So, I mean, I could see him at least going back to Seattle for a year or two. Seattle doesn't give him what he wants, and he thinks he can make more money. I'm sure there's teams out there because everyone's desperate for a quarterback. There's very few teams that are settled in on their quarterback, and they're not going to budge no matter what. So he'll get paid. He'll definitely get paid.
Josh, what do you feel on this?
I think. Well, I mean, Pete Carroll speaks very highly of him. Geno's been through some dark times, so I feel like he's going to be one of those guys that once he, has this little taste of success, he's going to want more and want more and want more. He's got a good supporting cast with Tyler Lockett and Noah Fant and DK Metcalf, freaking Megatron Jr. over here. I think he earns himself a new contract. I think he stays there for 2 or 3 more years.
Okay. No, I would agree with you. It's just, I don't know. I think they give him maybe a year or 2 contract and that'll be it. Okay, next one here for you. Eric, I know some reason you love this guy and I absolutely fucking hope he just fucking quits. Tom Brady.
Just so handsome. I can't not like him.
I'm going to puke. I swear to God.
I can confirm he did start eating bread. He said it in a press conference the other day.
Good for him. Jesus Christ. No, I actually do believe he ends up with like the Raiders. Like, I know Some people probably think it's a long shot. The other team that I think could steal him away is San Francisco. I think San Francisco, depending on what happens in the playoffs, I think you could, if they get bounced early or don't make it to NFC Championship game at the very least, I think you could definitely see him getting scooped up for a year. He's a San Fran boy. I mean, the Bay Area guy. His family can come to the games. Looking at the odds, San Francisco is the highest, odded team to win Tom Brady for next year. So we'll see. I think might be trouble for the rest of the league for a year, but
a little bit.
We'll get into the playoffs predictions later on in the show. But yeah, that would be for Tom Brady. It doesn't get much better. Like the best defense in the league. You can run the shit out of the ball. You have two really good wide receivers. I mean, what else do you really want?
Right. No, I would agree. This one is very, very interesting.
Can we forget about can we remember what fucking Brock Purdy did to him when his family was in the stands, though? Can we talk about that? Like, seriously. Like, first off, he just absolutely said, Tom, this is my show. I'm not going to say what I really wanted to say because it's a little too much and I've been on a rant lately. But I legit think that I don't know, man. San Francisco's kind of tough, but yeah, I know I'm cleaning it up a little bit. Sorry, but sorry for all my fans out there that think I'm an absolute jackass. I need to clean it up just a little bit.
Everyone already thinks that, Josh.
I think everybody. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and we'll take a little pause here. When we first started the show, and from the people that have listened to millions, I think you can see that we started off subtle. We worked into it. We took our time, and then kind of after Eric's episode, I just said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna go somewhere."
Are you putting the blame on me?
Kind of what it sounds like.
Are you? No. I'm not blaming on you. I just felt more comfortable because I had a guy that is way better looking than me, and he would come to my rescue. We'd get new viewers in, ladies, whoever. And then I could say,
ladies,
and you look better.
Hey,
so what we're saying is, I'm the one saying off the wall shit, and you two look good. You two look better.
I think.
Yeah, pretty much, Josh.
I don't have a beard, Josh. Okay, so you automatically go up a lot of people's lists. Okay, all right. Go to you, Eric. All right.
All right, then to keep it not G-rated,
I don't care. It cut out, and it's okay. It sounds. I love. Okay.
Do I need to say it again?
No. It came right back to you saying Brock Purdy bended over Tom Brady. But all right,
we got it. We checked the tape. We got it. Don't worry about it.
We got
it. We got it. All right, we're good. Let's go.
So the next thing I want to touch on something. This guy, he's 26 years old. I really think he needs to get the fuck out of the Giants organization. Saquon Barkley.
The thing is with him,
Go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's obviously a great talent. I don't think there's any denying that.
Right.
He hasn't been able to stay healthy though. This is the first year that he's been healthy in a while. So, right. I mean, even if
you saw what he did when he's healthy.
I know, but can you bank on it? Like, how many years has he been in the league, and how many years has he played 12 games? Like once.
Was this his fifth year option, or is next year his fifth year?
I'm not 100% sure, but like that's my point. My point is that teams don't pay running backs big contracts, right? So like, are the Giants going to be like, hey, we'll give you 4 years, however much? Like, highly unlikely, I would think. It seems like the common route these days is to try to franchise tag running backs, which Josh, I looked up, told you the other day, it's like $15 million or $14.9 million is the franchise tag for a running back.
Is that what I thought it was? Not didn't we say 9?
Was it? I can't remember. I thought it was 14.9 or something like that.
I thought I said 15, and I thought you said 9 or 10. I can't remember. Either way, that's not a bad paycheck for a year. Can we?
No, but people want security too. Yeah, so running back is 9.5 million.
Okay.
And yeah, quarterbacks are 29 million, which that's a good payday. But at the same time, if you can get 3 years, $30 million, you're going to do that because running backs, it's tough to stay healthy for 17 games. You're running the shit out of the ball. You're blocking, you're doing everything. So tough situation. I could see them both parting ways just because the Giants don't want to pay him. And Saquon probably thinks he deserves, because if he does stay healthy, he does deserve to get his money. But can he stay healthy? That's
yeah.
Right. And then, these other two guys have, the one guy was, started with the Giants and, won the Super Bowl with the Rams, but went down with an ACL injury. Odell Beckham Jr., where the hell's he gone? What the fuck? What are we doing with here?
I don't know. I'm kind of tired of the OBJ drama, quite frankly.
Josh. All right.
I don't think.
Honest, man.
I don't know. I don't know how much he can change an offense anymore. You know what I mean? Like he was solid for the Rams, especially. He had a huge first half in the Super Bowl.
Right.
But it's just another injury. I think he's got to be put in a situation where he's got weapons around him. Like he's not a number one guy anymore to me. He's not that guy no more. No. Which is fine. Not everyone. You're only maybe for so long. Yeah. So
that makes sense as to why Dallas was looking at him. Because you got CD, you got Gallup, you got that Brown dude who comes off the bench every now and then.
Right.
It makes sense. Plus, you got Schultz, the tight end. Tony Pollard is damn near a running back / receiver, whatever you want to call him, flex. It makes sense that he could have looked at Dallas, but dude, I'm telling you, if he goes into that, if he would have went into that locker room, they would not have finished well. They didn't really finish that great anyway, but they would not have played well. I just think in his mind, he's still a number one. And if you're a stud, like OBJ was great. He was good for a very long time. I commend him for that. But he's going to go in there thinking he's better than CD Lamb. To some extent, you should. I get that. There's confidence, but you're not going to get CD Lamb numbers. You're not going to get CD Lamb targets, man. You got to understand you're a role player at this point. You're in your career.
Right. Now, he's 30 years old. Eric, wide receivers, I say you're around 33 to 35. They're calling it. They're calling their career. So, yeah. No, I don't know. I've never really. This is going to be a very bold statement and piss off a lot of people. And I have friends that think he did good. I feel in his entire career was that one catch. Is that wrong of me? I don't really give a fuck.
I don't know about one catch. He put up some good numbers.
Right.
He had some very solid seasons, but
the other thing you got to realize is circumstances are a huge part of how you play as well, right? Eli Manning, some would say he's a Hall of Famer, but he had 2 really good playoff runs. And then in his career or in the regular season, he has a losing record. So it's how good of a quarterback was Eli Manning, right?
Right.
I think if you put him around some other people, some other weapons, maybe he has a different, trajectory through his first couple of years or however long he was there. But he was a solid player. Is he gonna go in the Hall of Fame? Probably not. But
no, if he does, that's kind of fucking wild. But
he's not quite. He's got to put more numbers up. He's got to do some more stuff before he's up at that type of level where he's in the Hall of Fame and getting a jacket and things like that for sure.
I'm just saying, you said he's got a losing record. I didn't know that. If that man gets put in the Hall of Fame because he has a losing record. I'm talking
about Eli Manning.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, if you get put in, you get a gold jacket and get into the Hall of Fame with a losing record. I don't know who you're pointing at right now.
I'm trying to point at you guys again, going at it. Sorry, keep continuing.
Trying to bring up so it ended up 118 and 118. So he ended up getting to 500. But he must have won a couple games towards the end. But so a 500 record. He's got 2 Super Bowls. The thing that he has going for him is he obviously beat Tom Brady a couple times.
His last name.
That's not many people can say that. So, and they went in as, I know the 1 year at least, I think they might have been both years, they went in as a wild card team. Which some of those teams, they just get hot.
He didn't beat Tom Brady.
Get hot, and
David Tyree beat Tom Brady.
Huh?
I said he didn't beat Tom Brady. David Tyree beat Tom Brady with the freaking helmet catch. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, who threw the ball, bro?
I'm just saying, man.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at the stats, and I'll look them up right now. But I mean, I'm sure for you to beat the Pats, especially the year that they were undefeated going into the Super Bowl, I mean, you're gonna have to.
Let's not forget that defense was very solid. They had Michael Strahan on the edge. Like they were, he pretty much was the heart and soul of that defense. They also had a Plexico Burress before he shot himself. They had a Jeremy Shockey. They had a Brandon Jacobs running back. Like they had everything you could possibly think of.
No, they had a good squad. I'm not denying that. And I'm not even 100% sure that I put him in the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying, like, I think that's a very good debate, honestly.
I totally forgot he shot himself in the nightclub. I'm sorry.
He did do that. Why did he do that?
He did. Like, and listen, I understand carrying the piece for protection. I get it. You're a target. I
did get shot.
I get it. You carry the piece for protection, but at least know how to use it if you're gonna go up in the freaking nightclub strapped up.
Hey.
I'm just saying, like, that's just common sense in my opinion. That's it.
Okay, so we got 3 more free agents to cover, and then we'll go off to the I believe the betting side of things here. So interesting thing here. Juju Smith-Schuster, is up. He could be a free agent this year. So where's Juju ending up? Because he fucked over the Steelers in here.
Did he fuck over the Steelers?
Yeah, he fucked over the Steelers. He's like, oh, no, I don't want to be here because fucking Ben's retired and I don't know who's quarterback, so I'm going to be a little bitch and leave. Fuck you. No,
I thought he wanted to stay.
No, he didn't want to stay. He jumped ship.
So would you guys welcome him back?
I think I'm going to put him in the same degree as Antonio Brown.
Really?
Yeah. You don't want to be. You don't want to be there through. Listen, here's the thing. Okay, he gets hurt with a shoulder injury. He wanted to be there for Ben's last season. Well, you fucking weren't. Your body was destroyed. You couldn't play. So, but then you hear Ben's retired and you fucking jump ship. No, I would not welcome him back. And if he does come back, I'm not going to root for him when he catches the ball. Fuck him. No, seriously, fuck him.
Look at that face. That freaking just.
I'm pissed.
He's serious. Yeah. This is serious.
Eric, you can't. Okay, so let me just give an example here. Okay, your stud of a running back, Josh Jacobs, is up. It could be up for free agency. I hope they pick that contract up. But if he left,
certainly.
Let's say he went to somebody else in the Raiders division, and then said, "Hey, I would like to come back." Would you welcome him back with open arms? Think fuck no.
It depends how it goes down.
Like if you say yes, I'm going to be very, very upset right now.
I think it depends how it goes down. It's like, right. For example, if the Raiders are like, "Hey, we'll franchise tag you for whatever it was, $9.5 million," and then you have the Broncos, which in the division you hate to see that just because you fucking hate them. But say the Broncos are like, "We'll give you 3 years, $15 million a year," and like. Can I be that mad if he bounces on that? Like, that's a lot of dough. Like, that's a lot of bread that he's just giving up.
No, fuck that.
I would hate to see it. I really would.
There's no more loyalty in the industry. There really isn't, man.
There's not. No.
I mean, until you're in a situation where it's like, because, dude, running backs it's a tough position because you're just so prone to injury. Like, if you can get a lengthy contract, you always want to get it because you don't, dude. Eventually your time's coming. Like people are literally just diving at your knees for fucking 48, like for the entire game, like however many snaps you're in. So it's like, eventually you're going to get hurt. And if I could get, another 60 million or like over a career or whatever it was, obviously it has to be in a situation where I can potentially win as well. Cause I'm not going somewhere where you're going to lose, but
right.
Let's not forget though, NFL contracts are not fully guaranteed. So he could get 3 years, $15 million a year, and only like 6 or 7 of that be guaranteed a year.
Well, yeah, there's obviously.
I understand he wants the security for the 3 years, but like, damn, I can get $9 million, guaranteed $9 million because I just got franchise tag. But like, I'm telling you what, if I'm the Raiders, maybe there's the bounty on Josh Jacobs if you go to.
He better not. He better not leave the boys for a divisional team. I know that.
Listen, I'm just I'm just saying this because the topic that came up. Like I'm saying, there's I'll tell you what, if I'm Max Crosby, I'm not trying to let that motherfucker run for 100 yards on me. I'm gonna put that out there, and I'll do whatever I have to.
God, I love Max Crosby.
Max Crosby is the guy. Like he looks like an absolute psychopath. He's an unbelievable football player, but like, I mean. I don't. Yeah,
he's a dog. He's an absolute dog.
But Juju stays in Kansas City.
Oh,
Juju stays in Kansas City.
We'll get to our predictions later, but I think a lot of
if they win a ring, Juju stays.
People's decisions, if they get paid, if they move on, I think a lot of it does come down to if they're winning. You know, if they win a Super Bowl, if they make it this far, if they don't.
Right.
And I do have a change up in my predictions for the playoffs.
Bingo. Combio, bitch. What you got?
I'm not talking about it now. We'll talk about it later. But I got a little change up now that the seeding came out, now that the games are out. Checked out the past, the Super Bowl. So I'm ready to make a new prediction.
Tom Brady gets a cakewalk to the Super Bowl.
No.
I'm telling you. I swear to God, someone's going to have to check on me if that happens. I'm telling you that right now. You heard it here first. So if I go missing, something happened. Okay.
Are you sitting there in that chair right there?
All right. One more free agent, and then we'll get on to Eric's idea we got going. Where the fuck is David Carr going? Eric. Or David Carr. Or Derek Carr. David's
it's such a sore subject. Such a tough subject for me.
I know it. It sucks. And
as a Raiders fan, like obviously I've been a Raiders fan forever, right?
Right.
But as I've gotten
very
older,
clear every episode.
like you get more involved in it, right? So he's been there for 9 years now. And so to me, like when I think of the Raiders, he's kind of what I think of because he's been at the helm for 9 years. Like that's what I think of, right? And he's had up and downs, and I don't know if you guys saw his post about leaving the Raiders, blah blah blah. Yeah. How he wanted to do it in front of the crowd, but essentially that's not how it's going to happen, and all that stuff. But I think two teams that you really need to look two teams you really need to look at. Jets. I think the Jets have the best chance of landing him, and then I think the Panthers right behind the Jets. Excuse me, or the second team.
Listen, I hope he does not go to Carolina because that is just not a good situation for him, for anybody at this point.
I mean, Carolina played pretty good down the stretch. The thing is teams that are Super Bowl contenders, they don't need Derek Carr. They don't need him.
Right.
There's teams that are average to bad that need him. So if he thinks he's going to a team, and the Jets are one of those teams. The Jets are probably one of the better teams to go to. They have some young talent. Their defense is really good. I mean, they literally lost 4 out of 5 games or something like that to end the season. They could have easily made the playoffs. They choked. So the Jets to me are probably the best team to go to. Have Zach Wilson. I mean, I feel like they're out on Zach Wilson. You pulled him 12 times this year. I mean, what do you want to fucking do?
He averaged 2.7 inches in one game in the second half.
Right. And he averaged 3 moms over the weekend as well.
What a legend.
I will say I think the Jets are pretty high on Mike White too. I don't know who he's good.
No one's high.
He knows how to throw a football. I'm high on Mike White.
Stop the cap.
Anyway. I'm high. Dude, he always wins. Every time he starts, he goes in and wins the game.
Oh boy. I don't know. I'm not sold.
I'm not saying he's gonna. I'm not sitting here saying Mike White, franchise quarterback, New York Jets. No, absolutely not. I'm just saying he could be a good.
That's what they're looking for.
I understand, but if he needs to be a placeholder for a year, he could do it. Is my point.
Well,
for a year maybe, but
that's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing. I think I can't remember exactly what the date is. I think it's like February 15th or February 10th or something.
Okay.
That's when the Raiders have to
13th.
release Derek Carr by. What is it?
13th.
13th. So they have to release
Yeah.
Derek Carr by February 13th or trade him previously. But, I mean,
Bro, if
realistically,
they don't release him, he's owed $40 million. I just saw that.
they're
I
gonna
was like,
release him.
holy shit.
of course they're going to release him.
Holy
Oh,
fuck.
Well,
yeah.
they're trying to trade him beforehand, you know.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I give him a little bit of credit for that.
But that's my point about going back to Geno is Derek Carr is an average quarterback in the NFL, and he's getting that kind of money. Like
Well,
Geno
Derek Carr
will
is
get
better
that
than
kind of
Geno.
money somewhere.
Derek Carr is way better than Geno. I was going to say that.
He's
The
a little
only
bit
thing
better,
the
but
only thing Derek Carr ever did for the Las Vegas / Oakland Raiders was go out and set the franchise record for passing yards and passing touchdowns. And the Raiders have had good quarterbacks in the past. Like they're not an organization that has had just a bunch of fucking idiots.
agreed.
So
But
he's a pretty good quarterback. I do like Carr. I respected his game, even though after that year he broke his back and broke his leg. He went to check down Carr for a couple of seasons, but
I mean,
I legitimately.
I
he
agree
did,
with
he
you.
did.
I agree with you, but circumstances also play into that, right? Like
Oh,
the
100%.
Raiders had arguably the worst defense the last 9 years. If you just take all those seasons combined, they had a bottom 5 defense for sure the last 9 years.
Yeah.
So
That's for sure. Yeah.
you're going to be slinging the ball a lot. You're losing a lot of games. You're trying to catch up, so you're throwing the ball a shit ton.
Right.
You know, but I
Listen,
personally,
I'm not dissing the check down thing because I picked up all the running backs in fantasy and he got me points there. I'm not dissing that. I think it was a circumstance of he didn't have a great offensive line too, so he didn't have much of an option, but get rid of it quick. I do like the Jets, Eric. I also like the Colts because once again, the Indianapolis Colts, for some reason, think they're just a quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl.
they've been a quarterback away for God knows how long.
Bro, they've been a quarterback away since fucking Peyton Manning.
Hey.
And they had Andrew Luck, but Andrew Luck just retired because he had some health issues going on. I don't think he ever really disclosed that. But
Right.
Ever since then, that organization has kind of been like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do? They brought in Nick Foles, not the answer. They brought in Matt Ryan. Oh my God, not the answer. And they drafted Sam Ehlinger in the 6th round. Sam Ehlinger did not have that great a career at Texas, and I don't think he's an NFL quarterback. He was the right-handed version of Tim Tebow, but they call him. He's 5'8". So I think the Indianapolis Colts go out and get Derek Carr, at least maybe not trade for him, but wait till he's a free agent and sign him as a free agent for like maybe 2 years and let him prove himself.
Could see it.
Can I just say one thing, Eric, before we do your thing here? I want to have a moment of silence.
For me?
For Lovie Smith. No, for Lovie Smith. It is just just people listening. We're not going to be quiet because first off, you can't put us three can't stay quiet. I have fucking issues. But if you would like to in your own time while you're listening, if you're having a conversation during this episode, please think of Lovie Smith. What the fuck did they expect? Okay, so we're gonna bring this new coach in. Doesn't get to bring his players, make any fucking roster changes, Eric, and then they fire his ass at the end of the season. Yeah. How about you just fucking give him the $2 to $5 million and just say, fuck it, have a nice day? What seriously? I mean, what the fuck?
I would give, like, can you name 5 players on the Texans? Like, can you name you can name
Mills?
5?
I think I can.
All right, let's hear it.
So I said we got Brandon Cooks, Davis Mills, Damian Pierce is a running back, so I got 3 right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Pierce was good.
The running back, not running back, was it safety that got leukemia from Alabama?
No clue.
Oh,
I can't remember his name. I got
My
3.
point is,
At least give me some fucking points for 3.
I'll give you 3.
Nico Collins. That's 4. That's 4. Hold on, give me one more. Who the fuck? He's the other wide receiver. That tells you who they're throwing to.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I'm getting at here. Like you said, Mr. Billy. Like what do you want? What do you want from him? You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean,
you expect him to win 10 games with that roster? Like,
yeah. The problem is they did.
It's like having us 3. I mean, you both were way better basketball players than me, but it's like us 3 saying, okay, hey, we'd like you guys to coach basketball, go coach this basketball team, but the players have never played the sport. What the fuck? Do you, here you go. Here, figure it out.
Well, I'll tell you what. You got PG1 up there. They'd probably figure some shit out. I'm just gonna sit there and draw plays up. You two can fight about who's gonna start.
I'd shave my beard and go in the game. That's what would happen.
I mean, your nickname you did get called Test Tube Baby by somebody in high school. Let's be honest. You did look very young.
That did happen, but I don't think that's why they called me Test Tube Baby.
Eric, no. You got a sleeve tattoo. If we're coaching 14-year-olds, so they're gonna be like, what the fuck's going on? I just wear a shooting
sleeve.
Time out.
Oh, there you go.
He's got a sleeve tattoo, and you're gonna see me on the bench. What are we doing here?
I'm not expecting you to shave that beard. It's have to do that. I don't want you to have to.
Drew, I hope you realize in like the 6th grade, I had this. It might not have been as long, but it was like right here. I had it. You can ask him. You can ask Eric.
He did. He's a stranger. We don't know what's wrong with him. We're still trying to figure it out.
I just wish
I walked off the end of the bus to 6th grade, just like as big as our fucking coaches. Everyone's like, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
So Drew, do you want me to explain real quick what we're gonna do for the playoffs?
Yeah, dude. I like your idea.
It is one of the greatest ideas.
Wow.
I'd like to think it's top 5 easily.
I think it's very good.
You said one of the greatest, Eric. That's like
yeah.
Are we giving him a Nobel Prize for this one?
Brownie points.
I mean, do you want me to be honest? Round of applause or something?
I'll go down to Dave's Pro Shop tomorrow before I got some shit to do, and I'll get you a little trophy, Eric.
Do you want me to be honest? Or
what's it? Drew, you've seen The Office, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna get on the trophy. You can say "Bushy as Beaver" and give it to Eric.
What?
You don't remember that Dundee episode when he hands it to Phyllis and it doesn't say "Busy as Beaver," but it says "Bushy as Beaver"?
No, I do. I know exactly what you're talking about. But
only reason I'm saying is it was on TV like a half hour ago. I had to.
You look like Osama bin Laden. I think you would probably get the bushiest Beaver.
Hey! Don't put me in that category. Don't put me in that category.
Oh, I'm not. YouTube, I haven't even posted it yet, and they already flagged the video. Ah, fuck. All right. Well, we're under investigation, fellas. What the fuck?
Did we? Are we really?
No, I'm fucking with you.
Holy shit! I'm like, holy shit! What?
All right. Let me get to this. You ready?
I'm new to this fucking shit. All right, I'm new to this shit. God damn it.
So, the first round, the wild card weekend, each win you get is going to be 1 point. Okay. Obviously, you want your teams to advance. In the divisional round, if your team wins, you get 2 points. Right. And then you go to the conference championships and then the Super Bowl. So each round, you get another point. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this week, we'll do it weekly. So the only thing you need to do is pick the winners for this week because injuries happen, things happen. So you don't want to predict them all yet.
Teacher, we have a question in the back.
Hello? What can I help? What can I do?
Hey, how are you? Anyway, who's keeping score of this shit first off? Because that was a lot of numbers that just got thrown at me in my head. Just went bam.
That was a lot. That was a lot for you. I know.
Is there anybody good that listens to this episode that's good with Excel? If so, please message me, okay?
We will send you Eric's hula hoop picture as a prize.
No, Eric, I love the idea though. No, we'll figure it out. We could just do it.
No, I was fucking with you. Anyway, I didn't go to college to play school, Eric. I'm just going to clear that up. We talked about
the beauty of this is that this is all recorded, so we can just go back and see what people's picks are if we need to.
Yeah,
but I will.
Okay.
We'll write them down after we get off of here. I'll figure it out. But so. I will be the host for now. Drew Billy can take a back seat. I'll be the host for the next 5 minutes or so.
Oh shit, Drew! How you? Wait, can we change the? Can we change the name real quick on the bottom of the show that keeps scrolling by? Can it be the Eric Matheson Show with co-host Drew Billy and Josh?
Change that.
Okay, cut it. Change it.
All right. So who would like to start us off?
I
Wait, can you actually change it?
Yeah, keep going.
All
Yeah.
right, all right.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, keep going. Just do your thing, man.
All
Do
right.
your
So
thing.
Josh, we're gonna
We're
go to you first, and then we'll go
Okay,
Drew,
so-
and then I'll go. Okay.
So I legit go through all. So I have the games on my phone over here. So I
The Rick sauce. Let's go.
wait. Listen, time out. Drew, you talked about making those T-shirts and having our names on there. Can you put Rick sauce and put like a little thing of like fucking Tapatio next to his ass for sauce?
I actually legally changed my name to Rick Sauce. So if you guys don't call me that, I won't answer it. All right.
That's
So
like me
Josh,
saying hold on. That's like me saying I legally changed my name to fucking Jiggles. Like, come on.
hey, you can do whatever you want. That's what I'm
I'm
going
not
with.
doing that. It was a joke.
Oh,
You guys
my
gave me that
fucking-
nickname because I was. You guys gave me that nickname because I was fat. All right, you little fuckers.
That's not true. We would never do that.
Holy shit.
This is my fucking show now. Listen up. All right. So Josh, coming to you first. You got Jacksonville or the Chargers?
I'm doing finger guns on the dance floor, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Mr. Billy.
Yes.
Jacksonville or the Chargers?
Jacksonville, the Chargers. Fuck, man. I'm gonna go Chargers. I don't feel confident with the Jaguars in the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Hey,
I'm actually
even
gonna go
though
Jacksonville. I'm gonna
even
go
though
Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence is undefeated on Saturdays in high school, college, and the NFL.
It's a good stat. It's a good stat.
Personally, I think he needs to get a haircut because I didn't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Hey. All right. So we got. I'm going Jacksonville as well. So now we're gonna go to Cincinnati, Baltimore. Josh.
Lamar Jackson, Cincinnati, all the way.
Mr. Billy.
I'm not going to keep agreeing with him. He just makes very fair points. Lamar's out. Huntley's in. Joey B's fine in his own Cincinnati.
I'm with
Listen,
you, boys. All right. We got a
listen,
clean
Joey
sweep.
show-
Clean sweep, Cincinnati. And
Joey's showing up in his iced out shades and his iced out rolly. Game over, boys.
he's got so much swag. When
Yeah,
I
you're
grow
a
up,
fucking
I
cigar.
want to be Joey Burrow when I grow up, you know?
Eric, the problem is we're older than him.
Well, let's not go there. Anyway, we got Buffalo, Miami. I'm assuming we probably got a clean sweep on Buffalo. Anyone taking Miami?
Fuck no. Buffalo all the way.
Buffalo by a million.
Okay, fair enough. Here's an interesting game. I think we're definitely going to have some disagreements here.
Yep.
Tampa Bay and Dallas. Who you guys rocking?
Oh,
Okay.
Bill, Drew, you go first.
So I'm gonna say it right now. I almost fucked up my mic there. Sorry, Eric. You took host and everything's getting fucked up. Hold on a minute. So I literally already have who I think is going to win. I have Tampa Bay winning that. I think it's a precursor to what happened last year. Just an absolute fucking disaster. And I'm telling you, Mike McCarthy doesn't get a chicken tender platter. It's done. Go ahead.
Josh, are you going Tampa too or no?
Yep, Dallas chokes every year in the playoffs. In my opinion, Zeke's washed up. He's done. There's no running game. Tony Pollard's going to be all right, but that Buccaneers defense is pretty solid. And I just think that they're going to key on CD and not. And I mean, all Dak's going to be able to do is dump it off. So it's hard to bet against. It's hard to bet against the gorgeous man himself, fucking Mr. GQ in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Brady wins.
I'm going to go against you guys. I'm going to go Dallas. I thought about this long and hard.
That's what she said.
I've looked at some lines. I just think they're begging you to take. I think they're begging you to take Tampa. And sometimes you got to call a spade a spade. Tampa's just not a good team. Like they're just not a good team. They're not even 500.
That's
And
all right.
I don't
That's
trust
all right.
Dallas. I don't trust Dallas all that much, but I'm going to go with Dallas. I think they're 3. It might have been down. It might have went down to 2.5 at this point.
It's Dallas 2.5 right now.
2.5 at this point. Yeah. I mean, I think it could go either way. And I obviously trust Tom Brady more than I trust pretty much anyone, but they just don't got the dudes. I don't think they got the dudes to get the job done. Dallas is pretty talented. So I'll rock with my boys. Not my boys. I don't really like them at all.
Don't ever say that.
Here's another one. I think there'll be some disagreements here as well. We got the Giants in Minnesota. Who are you guys rocking with?
Oh, Drew, you go first, please. For the love of God, please go first.
So, Erica, and again, I'm trying to play as a guest, so it's I don't want to do long-winded answers.
No, come on, let's go.
All right. So what I think
I'm the host now. You're the one that's supposed to talk.
That is true.
All right. So what I think it's going to be a close game. I think that the Vikings are going to win this. The Giants, I know how you feel about the Vikings, but the Giants, I just don't think they have the pieces to perform. The Vikings will win this game, but I think the following, they're fucked.
Yeah, for sure. Gashi?
See, now this is where I'm caught in between because I love Kirk Cousins. I really do. I think Kirky's a pretty good quarterback.
Said no one ever, but go ahead.
You can shut your mouth right now. I like Kirk Cousins. He's got Jay Jets on the outside. He's got Dalvin Cook. He's got everything you could possibly think of to just blow teams out of the water. But they got the 33rd ranked defense in the NFL. They're not even 32nd, the 33rd. Giants. Right. Giants win this game.
They got the Ridgeway Elkers at 32.
I wouldn't even not this year.
We got one Giants, one Vikings. I'm going to surprise you guys, especially after my comments from last week.
They just say pass.
I'm gonna rock the Vikings. I don't trust the Vikings, but if there's one team that I trust less than the Vikings, it would be the Giants.
Right.
I think they might be the worst 9-7-1 team of all time. So go ahead and rock with them. And then the last game we got, I'm assuming we're all gonna match up here. It's the old San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. What do you guys got?
Oh, actually, man, I don't know. Gino's kind of hot right now.
I'll take it here if you want me to, Josh. I'm going to be honest with you.
Mine's going to be a long-winded answer. So
the Brock Purdy. Okay, everybody's like, it's so wonderful. I played with him against one of my buddies. Okay, Brock Purdy is one of the worst fucking quarterbacks on Madden 23. So I don't know what the fuck is transpiring in real life, but in video game form, he's trash.
Did you drop back and try to throw the ball all the time? Throw the ball 40 times a game? Because he doesn't do that.
I mean, I try to do play action because I'm like, I got Christian McCaffrey. The guy's going to expect to run. Oh, no, fuck. No, he can't even throw the fucking whatever. So it was just fuck. So I'm a Carroll. That's the first time I've said this. I fucking hate Pete Carroll. Fuck him. 49ers all the way.
Joshy?
Wow.
Fuck the 12th man too.
Well, they're playing in San Francisco, so the 12th man does not matter.
That's a good point.
But I think Brock Purdy's going to fuck around and win the San Francisco 49ers a Super Bowl.
Dude, way to blow your prediction, bro.
I think Brock Purdy's going to fuck around. If not win it, get them there. And they're going to be like, well, we have Trey Lance, Jimmy G, and fucking this guy that we took with the 200 billionth pick of the draft, and he just balled.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're taking him first round then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I got to say, it's fuckery over there right now. They have no idea what the fuck they're going to do in their future. So
no,
can I say
they do know what they're going to do this year. They do know.
Can I say this though? You have Brock Purdy, he has a couple of turnovers, but not bad. You got him. You have Christian McCaffrey. You have George Kittle. You have Brandon Ayuk. You have Deebo Samuel. Do I need to add anybody else to that fucking list at this point? Like the right-handed version.
Ayuk is a fucking good ass receiver too.
He's very good. A right-handed version of Josh Mitchell can go out and figure out some shit there. We'll put it that way. He's got every weapon you could possibly think of. Like he's going to be just fine. He'll perform. I don't give a shit if they say the pressure of the playoffs or not. Brock Purdy wins this game. Brock Purdy might even win the next couple games.
You heard it here first. Josh said he's just as good as Mr. Purdy.
No, I did not say that. I'm saying he's got all. Yeah, okay, that's what I said. No, I'm saying he's got all the talent. He's got every offensive weapon you could possibly think of in the NFL to dominate, and he's got it, and he spreads it out pretty well. George Kittle has the resurgence because Brock Purdy likes to throw the tight end. Christian McCaffrey is just Christian McCaffrey.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to skip the long-winded answer. I'm going to go 49ers. That's all I got for you. There's no need to elaborate. They're not losing at home. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yes.
And with that being said, just want to say thank you to Mr. Billy for letting me host there for the last 5-10 minutes. It was
kind of. I didn't know you could change. That was kind of cool.
hell of an honor. And I would love to pass the sticks back to you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm going to be quite honest. Oh, hold on here. Okay. I'm going to be quite honest here. Eric, if we want to go further with it, I think people are putting future bets in. So if time is allotted, I think we go further with it.
We can do that.
I know
Yeah,
we can talk next week about. I'm confident. I'm confident in going all the way. If you guys are, if you aren't, then we don't have to do that.
So we can do that, and then each week we'll do it. Just because next week you can pick your picks again, and then the points actually add up.
Right.
But yeah, if you guys want to talk about who you think is going to be in the Super Bowl, who you think is going to win it,
Rick Shafton not hosting.
yeah. So back here on the Rick Sauce Show,
Hey, Ricky Dicky Doo here.
welcome to the fucking show. We're gonna start out with we'll start out with Josh since Billy's getting a little drink. Josh, let's start with your conference championship on both sides. Who do you got on both sides?
So
he's looking at the spread. FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM,
So-
Caesars. What are we
And if
looking
you
at?
don't know who's up yet, or if you don't know who's playing, and you need a little guidance, I got you.
yeah, give me a little guidance here, Rick. I got it.
Okay.
So I think that. Fuck.
You
Well,
want me to give you a little guidance, or you see the bracket?
seeing the bracket would be fantastic.
All right. Well, let me just go ahead and give you some. So you have the 1 seed, Kansas City. They're going to play either Cincinnati or Baltimore. You've already said that Baltimore is going to win that game, right?
Yeah.
Who do you got winning the game?
I didn't say Baltimore.
Excuse me.
I
You
said
said
Bengals.
Cincinnati is going to win that game.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is. Oh, that.
You're right.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. No, I messed up. KC's the 1 seed. They play the winner of Jacksonville and the Chargers.
Okay, so I don't care who. I said Jacksonville makes it to that, but Kansas City wins that next game.
Okay, so you got KC in there. So then you said that you like Cincinnati and Buffalo to win. So who do you think is going to win out of Cincinnati and Buffalo?
Well,
that to me is like that's going to be just as good as the Super Bowl. Like that's going to be a hell of a game.
that might be the Super Bowl prior to the Super Bowl, but that's such a tough pick. That's such like a coin flip, especially on any day. It'll be at a neutral site, correct?
I think it's in Buffalo.
Now this is where it gets interesting, and Eric, I don't want to take role here, but what I'm going to say is this is it, Josh. So Buffalo and Cincinnati do play. That's okay. It would play in Buffalo. Now I saw, and everybody's losing their fucking minds up there in the old great city of Buffalo. The AFC game, if it would end up being the Bills and the Chiefs, it would be played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean,
so
I don't know. What are you going to do? Well, I mean, what are you going to do? Things happen. This isn't something that happens every year. You got to make adjustments. And, the team that's getting screwed the most, honestly, is Cincinnati. But because they didn't get a chance to play that game, they could have won that game. But it is what it is. You got to live with the circumstances. But, all right, Josh, what do you got?
Right, so
Cincinnati, Buffalo.
So I got Cincinnati for the sole fact that Bills defense isn't playing as good. Now, granted, playoffs are a little different. But the problem is, though, that Bengals offense is playing fantastic. They figured some stuff out. They're running the ball better, and their front seven on defense is fantastic. So,
so you got KC and Cincinnati in the AFC Championship. Who do you got going to the Super Bowl, KC or Cincinnati?
So we got a rematch of Super Bowl. I got AFC Championship. Sorry, I got. Damn.
Time's ticking.
Kansas City.
Okay. And then you go to the other side. You got Philly versus your Tampa Bay prediction.
Philly wins that game.
Yeah, Philly. And then you have San Francisco against your Giants prediction. Who you got there?
San Fran.
Okay. So then you got Philly versus San Fran.
God. Dude, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna fuck Brock Purdy.
So then you have the Chiefs for San Fran in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Really?
I legitimately think the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl this year. So
Okay. Well, I absolutely hate that you said all of that because my predictions are very similar. Very similar.
look, he's like, what the fuck?
I'm going to mix up two things. I'm going to go.
I just want to make this clear.
Yeah.
Just real quick, Eric. I just want to make this clear to everybody. This is not a part of our little competition we have going here. This is just for your future bets.
Yes.
We could change next week. So do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. I'll go very quick with mine because Josh and I are similar. I do have KC, and then I have Buffalo beating Cincinnati. So KC versus Buffalo. I have KC winning that game now. And then on the other side, I have Philly versus the Giants, Philly versus the 49ers. 49ers winning that game, and then the Chiefs beating the 49ers in the Super Bowl. That's my new prediction now that the bracket's out. I think the bracket's set up very well for San Francisco and also KC. I think it's the easiest two routes. So I'll take those boys. But on to you, Mr. Billy. You got your KC versus you picked the Chargers to win. So KC or the Chargers?
We're gonna have the Chiefs going with that.
Okay.
I fucking hate that.
And then you have Cincinnati versus Buffalo.
Yeah. Now I want to be clear on this. There was an article released today that is struggling coming into the playoffs. There's injuries on the front line. I'm not just because I live there. I fucking hate the Bills. I don't hate them. I'm not a fan of them, but I want them to win. I think the Bills defense is just too good. And if they're missing people on that front line, they're fucked. I got the Bills being Cincinnati. Okay. No questions asked.
And then you got KC versus Buffalo in the AFC Championship. Who you rocking with?
That right there is the Super Bowl for me. Before the Super Bowl, it's just like last year. I lost a lot of fucking money, Eric, Josh. I think the Bills redeemed themselves. They kicked the shit out of them at the beginning of not really kicked the shit out of them. They walked out with a win against KC. Bills, I say, are going to the Super Bowl from the AFC side. All
right. And then on the other side, you got Philly versus your Tampa Bay pick.
Here.
Philly?
Yeah, we got Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, against the 49ers. Philly against Tampa. I don't know. It matters how the refs are, if they're going to want to take Tom in the locker room and talk about some things before the game.
Is that what they're doing? They're talking in the locker room, huh? That's what they do.
I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot going on in the locker room. But Philly will beat the Buccaneers.
And then you got Vikings versus 49ers.
If you say the Vikings, Drew, I'm never coming on the show again.
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna get interesting, and I think Purdy falls under pressure.
I think so.
Well, I'm not coming on next week then.
I apologize, but I think the Vikings win that. But then they get the shit kicked out of them against Philly.
So then you got Philly versus Buffalo in the Super Bowl, and you are taking.
I'm taking the Bills.
The Bills. So we got two Chiefs and a Bills AFC. All three of us rocking with the AFC.
I'll tell you what. Drew's path to the Super Bowl, that bracket. Yes. Wow, that was a just absolute. I was surprised with some of those picks.
If you personally do think the Vikings are going to beat, first off, they got to get out of the first round. But if they do make it to the second round, and they're in the divisional round and they're playing against the 49ers, and you think that's a possibility, you better put your money where your mouth is, because that's a nice payday for yourself. It will be dogs, big dogs.
Okay, hold on here now, Eric. If we look here, hold on a minute now, boys. I gotta get my FanDuel up here. Hold on.
You know what? I would love to know.
I wish we had music. Let's see here.
Since you're the only one, well, maybe Josh. I don't know. You're in South Carolina. I don't know if it's legal there or not. In the state of Florida,
yes, you
got to go through a bookie. You can't go through FanDuel. So future bets are a little bit more difficult to use. On FanDuel, what does it say the payout is for the Super Bowl matchup of the Chiefs versus the 49ers? I'd probably say that's probably third or fourth. Third, I'd probably say that's third most likely to happen.
So right here for the I keep fucking cutting in and out. I apologize. The outright betting for Super Bowl champion, Kansas City's plus 330, and the Bills are plus 400, and the Eagles are plus 500.
Does it give you the opportunity to like the matchup in the Super Bowl? I bet.
Let's see.
Where it's like,
Well, AFC championship winner, NFC championship winner. That's all they have. You can do.
So they don't have like a Super Bowl matchup predictor.
No.
All right.
Probably not. Once they get closer, obviously, probably not yet.
Yeah.
Well, now's where you can make the money because it's the longest odds because none of the games happen yet. But
and you put $50 on the fucking Bills, you have a nice payday.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
You put $100 on your good old 49ers too. That might be a payday too, Rick. Kansas City's obviously the favorite right now.
I think for me, once it was laid out and Buffalo and Cincinnati were on the same side, whatever team. So I think the Chiefs, Cincinnati, and Buffalo are I think all three of those teams are really good. Yeah. And whatever one of those teams had the easier draw, like they didn't have to play each other, I was going to take that team regardless of who it was. Because I think all three of them could win the AFC. And on the other side, personally, I don't think Minnesota or the Giants are going to be able to fuck with the 49ers. I just don't see it happening. So, and I think Dallas has a better shot of beating the Eagles than the Giants or Vikings have of beating the 49ers. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I like Chiefs 49ers rematch. If you guys recall, last time they played was down here in good old Miami. Chiefs snuck one out on them.
Right. But they didn't have the X factor of Brock Purdy.
Holy shit!
They did not. They had the most handsome game in the entire world, Jimmy Garoppolo, though.
He was too busy worried about what he did the night before.
With the Hoochies.
With the Hoochies. So fucking.
But no, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you want to touch on tonight, or we'll get into it next Thursday for sure, more in depth here after the weekend, what we see happen. But anything else, Eric?
I think that's it. Gonna definitely lock in tomorrow, watch some football. Sunday, kick it and watch some football, and that's about it.
Goddamn right, Josh.
I'm just driving from good old South Carolina back to the Fort Myers.
Back to the Sunshine State, baby.
Yeah, can't wait for that. I'm just ready to get back to Florida at this point. Honestly, I am ready to get back to work and enjoy a beach if it's still there after that hurricane. But yes.
Right on. Well, then I'll sign us off here. Again, it is a goddamn pleasure to have you two handsome men on here. And hopefully people take my side of the bracket. This is not the official bracket, though. We'll see what comes next week. Eric's, okay.
Are we putting a wager on this?
Hey, you still owe me 25.
Both
I already sent you.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you send it on Venmo? Did you actually? Because I didn't get a notification. I'm not being an asshole. I didn't get a notification.
Yeah, you did. Check your Venmo, bitch boy.
I'm checking it. Relax. I'm stoic here because I don't think I got
to. Anyway, I say we go. What are we doing? Well, I either sent it to the wrong Josh Mitchell.
Oh God!
You did because you definitely sent it to the wrong one.
Are you kidding me? Because I had the dude.
Was it my?
We gotta talk off.
My old account.
Log into your old account, bud, because
my old account is deactivated.
We'll talk about it after, but
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out for the boys.
Right on. All right, I'll sign us off then. You heard it here with yours truly, Drew Billy here, and the special co-host Eric Matheson and Josh Mitchell. It was a goddamn pleasure, fellas. I know you don't have the courtesy if you're listening on Spotify, but if you're on YouTube, don't forget the slogan. I have it on the back of the hat. You know what the fuck's going on, Eric. All gas, no brakes. But we'll be back with it. It was a pleasure, fellas. So I'll call you guys after. God bless. Shout out to what?
It's a little Urban Meyer on the dance floor. I got to throw that there at the end from now on.
Hey, I'll tell you right now. But okay, I was supposed to sign off. Just hold on, real quick. I did have a Jack and Coke, and I'm feeling myself, so it's a nice time. It's a nice time. All right, appreciate you, fellas. We'll talk to you.
All right, see you guys.